Should the Niners be concerned about potentially losing Mike McDaniel, their offensive coordinator, who's the front runner to get the Dolphins job, which is the job everyone wants? Like,
Yeah, because it's such a successfully
such a
run
great
organization.
organization.
God,
All you gotta do is watch Ace Ventura. It's been no different. I'm just saying. They pretty
classic,
much exposed
classic
all of the
film.
dark underbelly of that organization in 1995. But anyway,
I remember distinctly going to see Ace Ventura in the theaters at whatever that was in Mountain View, the 12 Cinema place in Mountain View. That was a fantastic movie.
it was great.
The Dolphins. I mean, God, I hope he walks away from that one. But my question to you before we get into this is I'm interested to hear your thoughts on what the loss of McDaniels may actually do to impact the offense before we talk about possible replacements and what it might look like and who you might look to bring in. How do you think it would impact the offense with his imprint all over the run game?
Yeah, I guess we'll find out what his imprint was, right? I mean, the 49ers run game has become so intricate and excellent.
Yeah.
It's like up until the last two playoff games, it was the run game where you knew it was coming and the quarterback isn't even involved. It's 10 on 11 and you can't stop it. And it's like, how are they doing this? Well, he got this genius. Well, we'll see. I mean, if you look at their yards per attempt the last 5 years, they're pretty middle of the road. It might be a little romanticized, like how good the scheme. I don't know. I'm just saying.
The other question I have is whether simplification could be good for this offense, right? I mean, you look at the difference between the 49ers and the Rams. The 49ers are a very complicated offense. The movement schemes pre-snap are ridiculous, and that's the same in the run game. And as pressure builds in a game, in particular the fourth quarter of clutch games, to have a more complicated offense may not necessarily be a good thing.
True. That's a really good point. But here's one more thing. They had to get so intricate in the run game. They had to lean on the run game so much. He became so important. Why? Because of the quarterback. Because they decided that he had a limitation. They didn't want to throw a lot. They wanted to take the ball out of his hands, be a run first team. Okay, well, now you need Mike McDaniel to be a genius. But that's over. That's over with. If teams want to load the box and stack the box, the Niners are going to be quite happy to do play action with Trey Lance, unlike with Jimmy. So it's going to be a whole different thing. And I think they probably won't need a run game genius. I mean, Kyle knows what he's doing. His dad is still alive. Bobby Turner's there. I mean, I think they'll be okay. My question really is, how's Mike McDaniel going to do without Kyle? He's still smart, but it's kind of like he's like the geeky kid who has the really popular kid being like, hey, this is my best friend. You got to take this guy seriously. And everyone's like, okay. But once you're off on your own someplace else, like if you don't have Kyle vouching for you like that, remember what Brandon Ayuk said about Mike McDaniel? He was like, yeah, I didn't get that guy at all my rookie year. I didn't understand if he was trying to be funny or what, but now I get him. He's cool. Like, I'm just saying a new team that doesn't have Kyle there might be like, whoa, man. I'm a little curious to see how Mike does on his own.
It will, I think, this is my prediction, it will greatly depend on how the team starts because that awkwardness will be charming if they're winning, right?
Yes.
If somehow they get off to a great start and they accrue some wins and it looks like, oh, there's something here, then it's like, well, he's our lovable genius. But if it goes badly...
That's not going to happen if he goes to Miami.
Right. If it goes badly, as you might predict that it would in Miami, it will be like, oh, we're losing, and this dude's weird. This dude's weird. Awkward.
And you know what? He never called plays in his life, and now he's a head coach, and maybe it was Kyle and Deebo and all these other people, and who is this guy? I mean, that could happen real fast. So I think the Niners will be okay without Mike McDaniel. They're okay without Saleh. They're okay without LaFleur, who they lost. I'm more concerned. I'm not really concerned. I'm more curious about Mike McDaniel, and it's another reason maybe you shouldn't go to the Dolphins just yet. It's not like that's a can't miss. You gotta work with Tua. Good luck.
Right. People always say, well, there's only 32 jobs in the league, so if you get offered one, you take it. But I think you also have to consider that you often only get one bite at the apple. And if you choose the wrong organization, then that's a rotten apple that you're biting into. And people...
got no chance.
Right, no chance. That's
no
it.
chance.
You've just sacrificed your head coaching career because you bit too early, right?
Yeah, maybe you got $25 million, but you got fired also in 3 years, and then you never look at Vance Joseph, excellent young defensive coordinator, took the first job that came his way. It wasn't a good job. Will he ever get another chance? Who knows? Hell of a DC though.
Right.
I mean, ask Kyle about him. Beat him twice this year. Anyway, yeah, good point.
It's tough. And there are people looking at now, evaluating companies that they want to work at on a level that they never have before. I mean, you can speak to this, right? You are self-employed. You now love what you do. I don't think you would trade what you do for a higher salary that worked for a corporation where they would tell you what to do, tell you how to dress, tell you what to say. I don't think you would give that up. People are seeing the value in that and trading dollars for happiness. And most people who do that don't regret the decision.
That's right. Mike, think about it, man. I don't know if that's what you want. GTA 6 confirmed. Really? I haven't played GTA since San Andreas. That was a great game.
That would be the last one I tried.
The best thing about those games, I thought, were the soundtracks.
Love yeah.
I mean, Vice City with all the 80s music. I learned a lot about 80s music through Vice City. And then San Andreas too with the early. I mean, it was great. Really great. Do they still do that? Do they still do that?
I don't know. I don't play video games much anymore.
I don't really play video games anymore. Why not Andy Dalton? He's fine. He might be a little more expensive. I mean,
that's the only question. Yeah,
he's a fringe starter. You might not be able to get him. But
if you've got like $25 million to sign 23 players, you can't necessarily allocate 10 to Andy Dalton.
No, I wouldn't do that. Brian Hoyer, vet sheep, no scheme. Who says no? I say no. Hell no. Brian Hoyer, what's the point? That's Sudfeld. Brian Hoyer's not going to win you a game.
No.
He's just there to be a caddy and tell you what to do in the meeting room. No. That's Sudfeld. Sudfeld's the caddy.
Yeah, that seems like an expensive choice for a mediocre quality candidate.
This is random, but if you're going to pay 20 plus mil for a wide receiver, why would you not go after Devontae Adams instead of Deebo?
Interesting. I mean, to me, the answer is Deebo's the heart of the team, and you've got to reward that. You can only yank the heart out of the chest so many times before you damage the franchise. You did it once with DeForest Buckner. You played with fire. To do it again, I don't know if players trust you after that.
Yeah, Devontae Adams also 29. Deebo is 26. I don't know.
But Devontae's from Palo Alto, and when we get better as we age, that's just the facts of it, Grant. So,
they're both great. I would probably stick with the guy who's already on the team and 3 years younger. But I hear it's very interesting. I hadn't thought of that. I forget that he's available and that people want him. But why not both? Both? How about both? No?
That would be fantastic.
That would be great. Funny thing about Kyle, he said DeMeco is a star, will be a head coach. He didn't say the same thing about McDaniel. Ouch. Kyle, we need our Mike Jones homie. Yeah, I look, I mean, I don't think Kyle wants to say something and be proven wrong. I mean, if Mike McDaniel wants to bounce after 1 year and get the first opportunity that comes his way, sure. But Kyle's not going to call his shot and make a prediction. That's interesting.
I would say McDaniel is his boy, and so I just don't know that he feels the same obligation to talk him up. Not that he's being in any way dishonest about DeMeco, because I think that he is a head coaching candidate, but I don't know that he would feel the same need to say something nice about McDaniel. I'm sure McDaniel knows exactly how Kyle feels about him.
But it's just so it's just so obvious that DeMeco is a natural leader.
Yes,
yeah, he's like
a true leader captain of men.
Yeah, I mean, he's like the team captain, middle linebacker type. I mean, there's no question. Mike, that's the question. That is the question.
Can he command a locker room?
Yeah, absolutely.